All right, welcome everyone to another NFC East Roundtable episode 10. All right, we got the usual suspects in the house. We got Greg G, new member to the format. We got Rima Sportsadelic, my bad. Andre 3000, thank you for coming. Bring your head up from underwater from the last 2 weeks being missing. Scrub, the hardest working man in America, looking for them tax breaks.
I want my packages.
Yeah, we want you. We want our packages, sir. Herbie Hancock, what's going on?
Yeah.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about in this segment. So, without further ado, you know I always do. I always hit us with that intro.
We talking about the NFC East, home of the hardest hits and the greatest of rivalries, where there's no love lost between these four teams as they fight for their place at the top of the heap. It's the Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, and Giants. We got you covered no matter who you may ride with. They play the games and we give the show. So welcome to our round table.
All right, we back. Andre disappeared that fast? Good Lord Jesus. What they say on the Wizard Oz, people come and go so quickly.
Is it possible that him and Nikki are together?
Well, all right. Hey, Andre, you still got the tickets available? All right. Did anybody watch the game last night?
I did.
Yep.
All right. So, Greg, since you're at the top, I'm gonna start with you. What you thought about it?
It panned out just like I thought it would. The Bills are a pretty tough team. Patriots ain't that good. They got a solid defense, but their offense, the line is suspect. The Bills just took advantage. They got too many people, man. They got a lot of weapons. Stefan, one of my homegrowns, I've been knowing him ever since he was about 13 years old. That kid is special. So
that kid was special when we decided we was going to draft Jamison Crowder. The hell off. Yeah.
Well, we beat the tape. We talked about that night. Crazy, bro. I mean, I don't know how you pass up on that.
Hey, when we came up and he was on the board, I stood up. I was like, Diggs, baby, Diggs. And they said the Redskins have drafted wide receiver. I was like, yes. It was like Jamison Crowder, Duke. I said, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro. That was,
Yeah. I was just saying, he has the IQ to understand defenses.
Yeah.
Rima, go ahead. Go ahead. What you thought about the game last night? Did you watch it?
I did. I was more so paying attention to how the commentators were so willing to praise the erratic, dangerous play of, the Bills quarterback, Allen. And I don't know. It just seems like no question he's a talent, but if someone else, let's just say, that don't look like him, was that erratic, I just think the commentary would be different. I have no doubt that the Patriots didn't have enough to win. I wasn't surprised. Nothing was surprising. Only if the Patriots won.
Andre, did you watch the game last night?
Yes, I did. And I expected the Bills to win. They came out, pretty tough. They got the first 3 points up. Or was that the other team? Who got the first field goal?
It was the Bills.
It was the Bills. Yeah, okay, yeah. And then after that, I just thought it was a battle of the offense.
Yeah, I watched some of it. Scrub, what about you? Did you have to work or you watched some of it last night?
I'm watching the highlights right now because I didn't even get a chance to watch the full game. But what I'm seeing is kind of what I expected from both teams. Mac Jones still can't throw over 30 yards. So there's only so much they can do in the passing game for the Patriots.
I'm sorry, is my smoke bothering you, man?
Did you blow that directly in my face?
My bad to the panel. You all right, Andre?
Andre got focus problems going on.
Maybe that was his smoke.
My mic keeps going off and on. Gee.
All right.
Herb, what about you?
Scrub, you about to fire something up too?
I'll just say what it is. Listen, the Patriots offense, we know that they have to play a certain way. They got to be on schedule. They got to keep the down distance favorable, because when they get in the long yard situations or when they fall behind by more than one possession, they have to become a passing team, and just passing, you can't rely on Mac Jones to bring you back. The Bills, I mean, listen, what are they going to do in the postseason? That's really my
right, because haven't we seen this from the Bills before?
Yep.
That's going to be the next question I'm going to get around to.
Okay.
Herb, what you thought about the game last night?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I stopped watching when the Patriots field goal kicker kicked the field goal like he knew it was money, and it went off the crossbar. And I went, damn, like he didn't even feel the need that he had to put his whole leg into it. Mm-hmm. And when he missed it, I said, oh, it's a wrap.
Well, I thought it was going to bounce over. I said, is that ball going to bounce over the crossbar?
I mean, but when he kicked it, Dre, I was like, damn, it's money. And I said, damn, it didn't look like he put his whole leg into it. Yeah. And sure enough, he left it short.
Okay, this guy, Smoking Jeremy B, he says that Mac Jones was the most pro-rated QB in 21, but his ceiling was low. He had to duck coming into the season.
To comment on that, what Colin Coward said that today. He said that Mac Jones ceiling low. I just think some of these quarterbacks just need a really good offensive coordinator to bring some of that stuff out of them. I mean, and some of them, their ceiling probably is low. I mean, especially when you've been playing in a system like Alabama's, and then you get drafted pretty high, then you don't perform as well as you should. I mean, I watched the game last night. I wasn't too much interested in it. I just want to see how the Bills look and how the Patriots would play. And, it was all right for the most part. But going into the next segment, Rima brought up a really good point. Are the Bills a Super Bowl contending team? Are they going to make it to the Super Bowl? Are they going to make it through the playoffs? I mean, we done seen some bad play by the Bills this year. And Rima, I'll let you take the lead on this one.
First, I apologize. Greg D, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, Rima. How are you?
I'm doing all right. But for Christmas, I want one of those hats that you have on.
One of these hats?
Yeah, I know you didn't ask me what I wanted for Christmas, but I was just throwing that out there. I like that a lot.
All right, thank you.
But like I was saying, Martin, we have seen the same type of noise from the Bills. Same thing I said, we've seen it from as well as the Cowboys. Like, what are they going to do differently? There's only a couple of things that they're going to have to do, and that's finish, right? Have we not seen this before? This is like the third time getting everybody all charged up, all excited, and then just fizzle out. Just fade off into the sunset. And I anticipate that they will do that again. And you know why? Because that is their identity.
Yeah. I guess them and Dallas got something in common.
Listen, there's a reason we can say, boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Listen,
Oh,
the Bills. It's because last year the defense couldn't hold up. The year before the offense didn't show up. Can both sides of the ball come together in a postseason run for 3 or 4 games, depending on what seed they end up with, and can they play well? Can they run the ball with the running backs and not rely solely on Josh Allen? And you run him like 10, 12 times, and then he ends up throwing a key interception late in the game. Because we've seen in close games, he's not done well in those situations.
Well, I think the Bills are a contender. We can talk about what teams were last year and the year before. If that's then we can talk about ourselves at the NFC East, but not this year. I think the Bills are a contender. I think Josh Allen made a couple of mistakes, but he seems to pull things out pretty well. It's all going to be about the matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the Bills going to be playing? Because every team matches up different. And like I said last time we talked, everybody done seen every team. They watch the tapes. They know the weaknesses. So when we go into the playoffs, it's going to be like a whole new season. But I think the Bills are going to be a contender.
Hey, Dale. Dale, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Look like you coming straight from the strip club.
Come from live, man. Shit, I still be in the strip club.
You're the only Cowboy fan on the night, so I'm like, you coming straight from the strip club.
Well, everyone, welcome Dale from his 2-week hiatus, disappearing act. So welcome, sir, back to the panel.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Dale, I just want to know, were you watching or were you performing?
No performing. I put up my stripper clothes a long time ago, so.
Okay. I ain't believing that. They're gonna be a YouTube tape floating around after this segment.
No, sir. No, sir.
This is one conversation I don't want to get into.
Exactly, Andre.
Andre, you still got your 1970 outfit, Chippendales outfit in that closet. You know that.
Oh my God, not the Chippendale.
Chippendale.
That's right. Yeah. That's right, Andre. You know you come out there on stage and throw all that cream cheese out there.
Not the cream cheese.
From the windows to the walls.
Martin, the whole group is digressing, man. Help them
out. Well, let's get back on topic real quick.
We'll the Magic City in a minute.
I know, right? Dale, since you just coming in, we was talking about the Bills. Do they look like? Did you watch the game Thursday night?
Absolutely, I watched the game.
Give me your assessment of that game.
Well, they were in full control. It kind of turned out how I thought it would. They basically dominated the full game from start to finish. It turned out how I thought it would turn out. Now, I think they should have beat them worse than they beat them. I still think there's something wrong with Josh Allen. He's not throwing the deep pass. He's not like he was the first 6 or 7 games.
That elbow injury.
Yeah.
They're downplaying it, but clearly the elbow.
Hey, everybody on a panel, you guys know Matt Jones played in the Pro Bowl last year, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that was like somebody else didn't go though.
That was like a reserve role because
but still, you couldn't get nobody better than Matt Jones.
No, he deserved it last year.
The problem is they ain't got no OC, man. You know, they got Joe Judge calling calls, bro. Seriously.
They got OC.
This dude called a 3rd and 9 on his own goal line for quarterback keeper, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Don't remind me about that nonsense.
No. Come on, man. He calling the plays, bro. He's supposed to be maturating the quarterback. Come on, man. Belichick just is too low. Y'all talk about Ron Rivera low. Goddamn, Belichick real low for bringing that man back.
Well, in my opinion, I thought Belichick should have stayed with Bailey Zappi. When he got in from when Mac Jones got hurt, he should have just stuck with him.
Totally agree.
But
either way, I'm talking about the man in charge of developing the quarterback, Joe Judge. That's the man.
You know that he ain't leaving it just to Joe Judge. He leaving it just to Joe Judge. You know how that's gonna go.
Well, I'm just telling you, he's the quarterback whisperer right now.
No, he's not.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Well, did we have the whisperer in Washington, Gruden?
Yeah. You see how that panned out.
Yeah, the quarterback whisperer.
And you see how
develop RG3.
You see how Daniel Jones looked when Joe Judge was over there.
So how all them thing on QBs looked with Jason Garrett? Oh my god. If y'all into college football, I got a college football update. The Pac-12 championship in the first quarter, USC's 14, Utah 3.
Okay. Nothing surprising there.
Hey, what do you guys think about that quarterback for USC? Caleb?
He's gonna be a first round pick next year.
You know
the year after next.
I mean, he came from Oklahoma, right?
No, he's from Maryland. No,
he came from DC.
Yeah, he's from
I
he played college in Oklahoma. Before he was at USC, he was in Oklahoma, though, right? That's the same one, right?
Correct.
Yeah. This gonna sound crazy, but to me, his style is like Mahomes.
Oh, he got that little it to him.
Well, there's one major difference, and I think, I just think that I noticed quarterbacks here recently that have come out of first and foremost Oklahoma, they seem to struggle reading defenses.
Oh yeah, it's them cards. They don't go in the center. They don't do huddles.
You know what I'm saying? Like when they get to the NFL, it seems like
it's a different game, different ball.
Yeah, look at Baker. Baker college Heisman. He was that dude. But when it comes to having to actually read those defenses, the audibles, and getting into the right plays and stuff, they seem to struggle. So if he doesn't do that, he will be the first one in a long time. In my opinion.
If he gets time, he got to develop just like anybody else. You just got to get time to develop.
Jalen Hurts is doing pretty good. Jalen Hurts is doing pretty good.
Oh, he's doing damn good.
But it's second year, though. It's his third year, right?
This is his third year.
I'm going to say what I've been saying. He went to Oklahoma, but he ultimately started out Alabama. Alabama QBs, to me, this last little wave, I still haven't seen them consistently be able to throw in those tight windows, because that's what you're going to have predominantly in the playoffs. Tight windows. You're going to have to make some tight window plays.
Exactly.
They haven't shown
some tight window plays.
Exactly. The game.
Let me say it again. I don't believe consistently. I didn't say they hadn't. I said I don't think that they can consistently.
Okay. But here's what I think about it. Okay. After that last conversation we had about as it called Jalen, the RBQB, and so I looked at some of the stats on running quarterbacks, and yeah, you're right. He's leading in the rushing yards, 608 touchdowns. So I said, okay, he does run a lot. So that's a little bit of my concern.
But he has to
get injured.
He has to. If he didn't take off running, I don't think you all would have got out of that game with a W.
A lot of times people say quarterbacks have to run, but I think when you have a quarterback that has that type of versatility, and he's not the only one that actually does that. If a play gets busted up, he has the ability to run. Now, we watch some teams that when a play gets busted up, the quarterback just falls on the ball. So I think it's good to have a quarterback that runs, but yeah, I want to see him pass more. And like, for example, Josh Allen did that jump last night, and guy took his helmet and hit him right in his
Yeah, he's gonna get hurt. He keep on.
Yeah, you know, I'm like, he lucky he wearing a cup because I watched that helmet go right in there when he made that jump. And I said, you know, don't want to see quarterbacks doing that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Only thing I'm saying is this: when you have the receiving core that Philly has, you would think that the offense would definitely go hard in the paint and try to get the ball to those receivers. Now they have a job to do; they got to get open. I get all of that, but I think it was Michael Irving that said the scheme gets these guys open. Back in the day, with bump and run, they just could catch and run routes because you could beat up the receiver all the way down the field. So how the schemes run, they should be down near pass first, offense. That's just my opinion. Because look at the talent that they have.
Well, here's one thing I noticed when I watch quarterbacks throw. A lot of times when the quarterbacks throw, they have to go get the ball, but every now and then you'll see a throw that the wide receiver catches it and he can take off running. So we don't see that a lot in the NFL now, where that ball is led, the wide receiver gets it, and he just takes off running. Now he catches the ball, he's got to turn to his left, turn to his right, and then people on top of him. So that's one thing that I kind of miss with the NFL is when the quarterbacks could actually hit those wide receivers and they be on the run. They catch the ball on the run and they keep right on moving.
That's true, Jeremy B.
Well, I also think that the Philly run game has to start getting not from Jalen Hurts has been running, but they need to get more out the running backs.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they survived with what they got so far, but you have Miles Sanders. I forgot the other guy.
Gainwell and Scott.
Gainwell and Scott.
Gainwell and Scott. Yeah.
There was one other guy that I heard mentioned that I know some Eagles fans saying he should be.
You talking about Pascal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre, I want to ask you a question. All right, so the playoffs start today. Knowing what you know about your team right now, if they was match up with the 49ers right now, you think they will beat the 49ers?
It'd be a tough game. It'd be a real tough game. Because I think the 49ers defense is good. It'll be a tough game. And the 49ers, like I said last time, that's my sleeper team. I think if we was going into round one, I would be very concerned playing the 49ers. I'd be more concerned playing the 49ers than I'd be like playing the Buffalo Bills.
I think the matchup, at least right now, is more in favor for the 49ers. Like, as far as the team that can beat Philly, I think Philly, 49ers would have the best shot because of their defense and how they run their offense, providing everyone does their job. I can't count on Jimmy Garoppolo necessarily, but it's how they play is certainly a good matchup for Philly.
Hey, can Garoppolo be rattled at this point? What are you guys thinking?
Of course.
Quarterback can be rattled. Yeah.
I mean, we got to remember, Garoppolo is a Super Bowl quarterback. He did take his team to the Super Bowl. A team very similar to the one he got right now.
No, he was on the team that got to the Super Bowl.
No. He was the quarterback.
He made a
Come
few
on now.
How did they get there?
Yeah.
They ran the ball.
Come on now.
I mean,
who's their running back?
Only difference.
Who's their wide receivers?
Emmanuel Sanders was
at that point. They had Emmanuel
receiver.
Sanders. They had
Emmanuel Sanders.
They still had deep.
Emmanuel Sanders.
You're talking like Garoppolo, somebody.
I'm saying you saying like he was on this great team that he was just sitting there being a captain, like on a great team. He was a good quarterback. He had one of the best win percentages when he came to San Francisco. Since he came to San Francisco. Stop it.
And he couldn't
get that man
nothing.
Props.
He
stayed healthy enough to get to a Super Bowl.
What did they do during that postseason? They took the ball out of his hands. They kept
what are you talking about? He was beating the Chiefs, and then they took the ball out of his hand and let him come back. Because he was beating the Chiefs before they took the ball out of his hand and started the ball.
Well, we know, but
He's the Super Bowl quarterback. Stop it.
Super Bowl quarterback, but to get to the Super Bowl, they took the ball out of his hands. Come on.
They did not take the ball out of his hands, man.
Stop.
Come on now.
Stop.
Go look at it. Go look at the stats. Somebody pull up the stats right now.
And against the Packers, they took the ball out of his hands.
Go pull up the stats against the Chiefs and look at the first half and look at the second half. He was throwing the ball.
You were just giving me the Chiefs. The playoffs, they played 3 games in the playoffs.
And matter of fact,
stop.
What are you talking about? That was the defense gave up that game. That wasn't offense.
Well, Garoppolo had a chance to hit Sanders with a touchdown.
They had third and forever, and they gave the Chiefs they gave Tyreek Hill that long catch on third and forever.
I think you guys are just gonna have to agree to this.
Yeah. So here's my question.
Well, I got stats about. Well, look, hey, he was in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you got stats hiding at the tape.
What year was that?
He was in the Super Bowl.
What year was that?
Like 4 years ago.
Yeah, like 4 years ago.
Well, you know something? Yeah. I'm gonna be like Boosie Williams Collins. I want to talk about Once Upon a Time right now. Right now.
Okay.
And you know something? And while
right now, you just said that
while we talk about all these other teams, we need to focus a little bit more on the NFC East, because let me tell you something. We're gonna take some wild cards. We're gonna take some slots. The NFC East is going to be doing some amazing stuff this playoff season. If you look at
you tell them.
If you look at our record, Garoppolo, or whoever his name is, this is the NFC East. And I think this is our year.
Mm-hmm.
I
concur with that.
I mean, the
so you saying the Super Bowl is going to be?
We got all the wild cards right now.
All right, so we're about to switch gears because there's 2 topics I want to bring to attention. One, Jerry Jones. There's been photos circling around the internet for the last couple of days about Jerry Jones, and was he part of what was going on back then, or he was an innocent bystander? A lot of people had a bunch of. Hold on, I think there's Nikki now. Finally.
You should have told me.
What's up, Nikki Boo?
Well,
who's making love to your old lady?
I think back then, Martin, there was a lot of folks of his character in those situations. So when I looked at the picture, I saw a young kid sitting in the back.
Hey, Nikki. Hit that mute button
right there, and that's the strip club.
Huh?
Oh wow!
Oh my God!
Yeah. So.
Damn.
So, what I think about that, I think that was a long time ago, but I still think Jerry Jones had those characteristics still in him. I think he probably was the ones who was actually trying to stop him from getting in, but we just didn't get that picture. So I don't think he was an innocent bystander. We just got that one picture.
All right, well, I'm gonna let Nikki jump in since it's her team, and we kind of talked about it a couple of times before. Nikki, we talked about the picture about Jerry Jones. What's your feelings on it?
Do I have to discuss this again?
No, you don't have to. Pass it to Dell.
Okay, so I'm gonna discuss this one more time, as I did on my page a couple of times. This is what I will say. Yes, Jerry Jones should speak out and denounce racism. Yes, that is what we expect of him to do. But let's be clear. He will not do it. He will not do it. And you know why? He has already been condemned. He has already been convicted as racist. Per Jerry Jones, from my inside source, Jerry Jones said he spoke with his team. He have had conversation with his team, and he have spoken with them directly and explained to them whatever it is that they wanted to know and what they needed to discuss. So there's nothing to discuss in the media. Now, I will agree that Jerry should talk because it's so many things that Jerry should answer to. He has not spoken on a lot of things. The kneeling, George Floyd. It's plenty of things that Jerry have not spoken on. But at the end of the day, do we expect him to speak? Why should he speak? Everyone is going to say what? When he do speak, he made it up. He doesn't mean anything what he said. He only saying it because he's been called out. He's only saying it because he feels like he's going to lose this and he's going to lose that. Let's be clear. Jerry is not the only owner that has this issue. He's not the only owner that probably feel the way that he feels behind closed doors. I have been in Jerry's presence one-on-one. I have been in Jerry's presence more than once. Did I get racist from Jerry? No, I didn't. And it could have been a front. It could have been an act. It could have been just very much at that moment. What I will say is this, and I know I caused a big stir on my Facebook page last night when I spoke out about it and when I said about it. I did not want to speak out about it because I already kind of knew how this was going to go. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this on this platform. We have to stand together as one. We have to pull together as one. We have to not fight each other, tear each other down, continuously shoot each other, kill each other, do whatever. If we want to get any type of justice, and if we want these owners, these billionaire owners, to take us serious in what we're asking them to denounce, we have to stand together. We have to fight together for this to happen. You know why they don't take us serious? Because we don't stand together. We constantly fight each other. We constantly do things to each other. We constantly tearing each other down. We constantly doing things that's not necessary to each other. So when this shit hit the media, when all this other stuff go on, it's to them. It's not real to them because we're not standing together as equal together for each other. But what I will say, like I said, Jerry should come out and he should speak. He should talk and he should say, hey, this is not what I want from this picture. I do not mean this. This is not what it means to me. This is not what I want my players. Do I not want my Cowboy fans to feel or think about me? But it's not gonna happen. We all know how we as Cowboy fans, we know how Jerry is. Jerry got pride, and Jerry is not gonna do it. So at the end of the day, as Cowboy fans, as humans, as Black people, we have to pull together, stand together, and we have to fight for what we feel is right for us. Now, I'm a Cowboy fan, but I'm not a Cowboy fan because of Jerry. I'm a Cowboy fan because I love the team. I'm a Cowboy fan because of the players that has been on the team, the players that have won championships with this team. I'm a Cowboy fan because Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Tony Dorsett, Charles Haley, Billy Bob. How many more players do I need to name that I am a Cowboys fan for? Jerry don't play on the field. It's the players that play on the field. Something happened to Jerry today or tomorrow, to be honest, I wouldn't give two shits. I'm going to still be a Cowboys fan, no matter what.
Fair enough. Dale, you got something to say, Dale?
Dale, go.
I'm going to still be a Cowboys fan, no matter what. I don't give a fuck if it was Mickey Mouse running this team. I'm going to still be a Cowboys fan because that's what I am. That's who I was grown up to be. That's what I'm raised to be. That's who I am. I don't care what Jerry Jones do. I don't care what Stephen Jones do. We all know what Jerry is. We all know what Jerry is about. And he's not the only one. It's every freaking owner and billionaire owner in this team. Let's take it back to the Texans when he made the statement and said that his players were in prison, chain gangs. Look what they're doing to Deshaun Watson on Sunday, bringing the 10 women to the stadium that said that he did whatever he did to them. So again, I'm not a Jerry Jones fan. I'm not a Stephen Jones fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. I support my players. I support my black players. But at the end of the day, we all have done things in our past. We all have done things in our lives that we want to be forgiven for. We all have done things that we should look back at and say, no, that wasn't right. I shouldn't have done it. Maybe if Jerry said, it would be more accepted. Maybe if Jerry come out and say, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean nothing by this. I was a 14-year-old boy, 15-year-old boy, and I didn't mean anything by this picture. I was just there. However, whatever. Maybe if he come out and say that, people will feel better. People will feel better. But the truth is they won't. They won't feel better. You know why? Because they have already.
Did you read the article? Did you read the article that had to do with the picture? The one that came out last week? Did you read that article?
I read the article, and guess what
do you see where he did say he regretted everything, all his actions from back then? He's been trying to make reparations his entire adult life.
But they're not going to post it. They're not. And you know what?
Wait a minute. What do you mean they're not going to post it? Because it was in the article with that picture. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He did say it to the reporters that wrote the article.
Hold on.
That's why they wrote the article, is to
I
show.
never said he didn't say it. I never said that. I said they're not going to post it. That's what I said. That's what I said. I said they're not going to post it. They're not going to say that, and they're going to continue to keep it on as the way they want to keep it on. As far as LeBron bringing it up when he did, I have no problem with LeBron saying what he said. The issue I have with LeBron saying what he said was the fact that you didn't stand up for Kyrie when Kyrie first said what he said and first did what they said he did. Was Kyrie wrong? No, I don't think he was wrong. But this is what I'm going to say. And y'all take it how y'all want. And I'm going to say this. As black people, we have to start standing together. If we want someone to denounce racism, if we want someone to not put us in these categories, or we want someone to feel different about us and make us feel different and better, we have to stand together. We have to stand up together. And that's the problem. We don't. So because we don't, they don't feel like they owe us no apology. They don't feel like they have to tell us they sorry. They don't feel like they have to tell us anything because we don't stand together. We have to start standing together in order to make them understand and realize that we are one. Period. Amen. End of story.
Amen. Well, what I want to say is...
Hold on, folks. Go ahead, Remo. Go ahead, and then I'll jump in.
What I wanted to say is, because someone asked me my thoughts about it, and these are my honest thoughts about it. I really don't give a damn about Jerry Jones.
Me neither.
Or any of those cats on that picture 65 years ago. I wasn't even born. And I understand that that was a Southern high-profile situation that was going on in that, in that era in Arkansas. I don't want to really have to explain anything that I may have did or said when I was 14. Regardless, it was that moment in time. And Smokey Jeremy. I think what Nikki was saying is when she said they're not going to post it, they're going to control the narrative to keep it controversial. There's no controversy if you just put it out there first and foremost. Hey, this picture came out and Jerry said, he hated everything about it, blah, blah, blah. It's not sensational anymore. So the only way you're going to find that out is if you're going to go and read the article. But we're a fast-paced society. It's YouTube, it's right now, it's microwave, and nobody wants to. But even when the picture was sent to me, I said then, I don't give a damn. I mean, because I understood what was going on in that time, that era. And now if I seen a big wad of spit in his mouth and he was spitting on those guys, I would feel differently. But he's standing there with everybody else. I understand what was going on at that time. And I also understand it's not significantly different than the times that we're in now. A lot of things are going on that has always gone on. It's just we didn't have the cell phones and the social media to bring it to the forefront. And I think that there are genuinely some people that are sorry and they try to overcompensate, for things that were instilled in him. Because I can promise you, if he's 14 years old, that was instilled in him at that time. Because I have some things that are instilled in me.
I have said this a million times. Racism is taught, not inherited.
Yeah, it is.
It's a form of hate. I haven't got a hatred bone in my body. I was raised in areas where you can't be hatred. You can't do it.
You're telling the damn lie. You hate the Lions.
Hell no, I don't hate the Lions.
But I'm going to tell you a true story. I went to high school with Ray Roberts. And when y'all finally made it to the playoffs in '98, he brought me out there to the game. And that's when I got a chance to meet Barry Sanders for the first time. But I don't like the Lions. Y'all beat us. I don't like you guys.
All right, so we're going to switch gears now. We got to get into some matchups because our time is very, very running. We're gonna go with the best matchup of Sunday. The Commanders versus the Giants. Scrub. I know you're my friend and everything, and I got nothing but love for you. So I'm gonna allow you to go first. Do you see your Giants trying to get a win this Sunday? Not gonna win, but trying to get a win this Sunday.
Right.
Let me put it like this: they better. I think with how they've played in the last 4 games, where the team is health-wise and whatnot, and how the schedule is, they have to win this game. Can they survive if they split? This matchup gets split, sure. I was of the mindset that to make the playoffs, the Giants would have to go at least 3-3 in the division. And right now they're 0-2. So we gotta sweep. So if they're gonna make the playoffs, they're gonna have to sweep one of their other 2 rivals. I don't see it being Philly. It's going but if they lose this game, I think they're gonna start really tail spinning, and that's going to be the end of the Giants this week.
Are you going to answer the question?
They're going to win. They're going to win. They better win. Because I'm going to cook everyone on that day on Team Monday if they don't.
All right.
I want free packages for a year if they don't.
Hey, damn.
I want to give my 2 cents. I think they got a shot to make it. I do. But the way the Washington Commanders defense and their quarterback is playing, who's playing at a better level right now than Danny Dimes or Danny Interceptions or Danny Fumbles, whatever you want to call them. I think the Washington Commanders are going to win this game. I've said that the Giants overall have been riding high over their talent level on the back of Saquon Barkley and Brian Daboll's coaching the entire season. But I've got to get to my podcast. I'm glad I had a chance to come in. Love all y'all. I talk to Martin every Sunday. Every Sunday. We do this that Sunday morning drive together, doing the pick'ems together.
Hey, much appreciate you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy, for dropping in.
Jeremy B, invite me anytime. Sports and Deli, and I'll check out your page.
All right, yeah, it's Kneecap Biting with Smoking Jeremy B here on YouTube. I also got my Facebook page for Lions fans, Motor City Kneecap Biters. So you see a theme there. I started it all with Dan Campbell because it finally looked like we had a coach that gave a shit about players again, like Wayne Fonts did.
Right.
So you guys have a great evening, and thanks for inviting me in there, Rima, because I think that was you that put that up there, right?
Well, I just told them just bring you on in. Since
I put the key in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you, Martin. Thank you, Rima. Thank you all for letting me in. I'm more than welcome. Come back anytime. I do my show at 9:30 on Friday, so I'm going to hop out and get in there and get my guests going.
All right, man. I'll talk to you on Sunday.
Yeah, see you Sunday morning.
All right.
Hey, Dale, can you hear me, Dale?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I got a ticket if you want to ride up. Sunday.
Ride away.
To New York.
Oh, really?
All right. Hold on for a second. Greg, go ahead with your matchup and your prediction.
For the Commanders?
Yeah.
Bro, you already know. It's self-explanatory, bro.
I thought he was asleep for a minute.
No, sir. I'm just listening, man. We're gonna. I think we're gonna beat both games. I think we're gonna win both games. To be honest with you, I think it's gonna be tough because it's always tough. It's a divisional game. I got a lot of respect for the Giants. Saquon's a dog. Boy, we got some hunters. We got some hunters on this team, man. And it ain't gonna be. I think it's gonna be. I'm looking at like 26-14. I mean, I think we're gonna be about 9 points. I think we're gonna win by 9, something around that area, man. Because I don't think Taylor gonna. I think Taylor gonna. He always got that tendency to throw the ball away. But I just don't. I think he's gonna have one of his best games this game.
All right, Rima.
Well, I really think we're gonna lose.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. You're not gonna sweep us, okay? Scrub. That's not gonna happen. You all caught us at the right but the wrong time. Okay, that's just what's going on. I think that they've established their identity. I think the offensive line knows who they are, where we didn't know that early on. And then I really do think for 10 or 12 plays, you all going to have to deal with Mr. Young.
Herb?
I ain't worried about Mr. Young.
I like the direction. I like the
quarterback will be.
One thing Commanders fans and myself we're guilty of is we have to be patient, right? Because almost every fan I know was screaming for Del Rio's job, including myself. And now I think we're top 5 in 2 categories. And not only that, but I think this week there's some addition by subtraction going on. Trey Turner is out and Cosme is coming in. So again, I call that addition by subtraction because I like Cosme as a guard. Cosme is just like Brandon Scherf. So he's moving in from right tackle to he struggled at right tackle, but they moving him in the guard. I think he'll find some success. So I look forward to seeing what their offensive line is going to do against the Giants defense.
All right, the next matchup, I'm gonna go to Herb. Not Herb, but Andre. the Cowboys and the Colts. I mean, not the Cowboys, but the Titans and the Eagles.
Wow.
I mean, okay. Well, it's a struggle right there, bro.
Well, I'm gonna predict that the Eagles gonna get them 27-24. I think the Titans is one of the toughest teams that we played, other than Dallas and Washington, in the lineup. The Titans have special teams are good. I don't think Jaden's going to be getting 360-something yards rushing, playing against this team. One of the pluses I think we have over the Titans, they really don't have a number one when it comes to a receiver. So I think if our defensive line can put pressure on them, then we'll have him throwing to places he don't really want to throw to. They got a good running game. They got a good defense. So this is going to be a tough one for us. This is the first game that the Eagles are playing this season that I'm saying in my mind that we possibly can lose this one as a tight game. This is going to be a tough one for us. But I'm going to give us 27-24, tight game. I'm gonna be.
You better hope you got your run stoppers in there.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do anything against us.
No.
Am I wrong about that, guys?
Okay. Going back to the Washington Eagles game. Once again, Washington everybody knew it, but Washington was the only team that actually executed and exploited our poor run defense. They did it constantly, but no other team has been able to execute that yet. We've been in some tough games, 16-17, winning by one touchdown and things of that nature. But I think that's where we are in the season now. I don't think you're going to find too many runaway games anymore. But this is going to be a tough.
Come on, Bradley Bill.
Huh? Again?
Andre, I gotta elaborate a little bit because you said Washington was the team that executed, but you got to give credit to the Houston Texans because they was the first ones that exploited our run defense.
Yeah, but they didn't win.
Yeah, but they opened the door.
They exposed us.
Yeah,
Washington was the only team that executed and beat us. We 10-1. Who beat us?
But it wasn't like the Texans were even the first team that shown that the Eagles had a weak run defense.
I know, but no one's executed it well except Washington. So far, now I can't predict what's coming up. We got Dallas, we got the Giants, we got other teams that we got to play.
You got running backs left, nothing but running backs left.
So far, Washington is the only team that executed it enough to beat us. Have we been exposed? I think after game 5 we got exposed, but no one's figured it out. How to do it?
Exposed.
Yeah, So the exposure was there, but the execution on the other team. It's like me seeing a lady that I like. I know she likes me, but if I don't put my game together, I still ain't gonna get in. So my hat's off to Washington because they executed that well. They didn't do it every now and then. They did it consistently the whole game.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead.
So it's gonna be a tight one.
All right. So the next matchup we got, because we have another Q&A after this one. Dallas Cowboys and the Colts. All right, Del Rio.
That's right.
This one is on you.
Well, I mean, I think the Cowboys going to dominate that game. Matt Ryan is just he's a shell of himself. If you throw any kind of pressure at him, he just holds onto the ball until you sack him.
That's the.
This might be another 7-sack game for Dallas, like another 7-sack game. I told y'all last time. I told y'all when we played the Giants, we was going to get about 6 or 7 sacks, and we got about 6 or 7 sacks. I think this is going to be another 7 or 8 sack game for Dallas, and Dallas to just dominate that game.
Well, Matty Ice has always done that. I watched him hold on to the ball and get sacked.
Yeah, Michael might get a charge
in Boston College, because that's what Clemson. I think one game we had like 9 sacks because he's going to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, Michael might get a murder charge this game, bro. Y'all might not be happy after this. He might be in jail. He might be in jail after this.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, he will. He definitely will.
But if you let JT get loose, now, don't let him get loose.
Oh, he's gonna run right at him. They gotta run right at Michael. That's the only way to get him.
I mean,
but the problem is we know he's coming. We know he's coming, and we're gonna make Matt Ryan beat us.
I mean, the Colts played the Commanders tough. They played Philly tough. So I mean, you don't know what kind of game it might be now. Because Matt Ice, holds the ball to 2024.
If Matt Ryan was playing when we played him, we would have killed him.
Right.
We would have killed him, bro. Did you see the hits that young boy was taking?
Mm-hmm.
But see,
Edinger.
That goes back to the conversation we was having earlier about having a quarterback that when the play gets busted, he's able to get out and gain yards versus one that's just going to fall on the ball.
Right. Exactly. All right. So since we're on the topic of Matt Ryan and the Colts, give y'all thoughts on him, his situation, with the Colts.
I thought he was flat out disrespected this past week playing against Pittsburgh, and I'm going to tell you why. I thought that Mike McCarthy held the trophy for poor clock management. But Saturday, okay, he's new. The disrespect is that Matt Ryan is 4th all time in fourth quarter comebacks. To his credit, he sits behind I think Brady, Manning, and Roethlisberger, right? Now, he knows what to do in that situation. And Matt Ryan, in a 2-minute situation, that's when he's always seemed to play his best, football. Just go back and look. That's when he plays his best. But I just thought it was disrespectful to not allow this level of veteran to engineer that last, 2 minutes. And then Saturday, for him to come out after the fact and say, oh, well, yeah, I should have called the timeout and all of this kind of stuff, should have never been about you. It should have been about the veteran that has shown that he has the ability to come back in the fourth quarter. He should have let Matt Ryan be Matt Ryan. I thought it was, disrespectful for a player of that caliber. Heineke, you got to do that for him. Matt Ryan, you got to let him do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion.
Anybody else?
F. Jeff Saturday. F. Jim Irsay.
Yeah,
like Rima said, it shouldn't even come to that. You have the veteran quarterback who's been in that spot so many times. Let him handle that. But because you got this coach this guy who isn't even qualified. You got coaches on the sideline teaching him what to do during the game, coaching him up. Then when you get late in the situation, all right, if you actually need your coach, you can't count on him. He's shown he can't handle the late game situation. So if games get close late, I can't trust the guy on our sideline because he ain't got it together.
Yeah.
Well, it couldn't happen to a better dude, man. Irsay is man, I can't. That dude is crazy because he think. I mean, Dan Snyder's a piece of shit. Don't fuck it. But you know what? He about to get. We can win our Super Bowl regardless. Yeah. We might not even make the Super Bowl. But if that motherfucker in January 1st they come out and say Dan Snyder's fired, we won. Trust me.
Right.
Trust me. So,
I like knowing that he's getting ready to be out of there.
Oh, he out. That's why I'm saying this season is good for me regardless because Dan Snyder's gone.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone.
And I think that's fueling the team. He's gone. They know he's gone.
Hey, don't jinx it.
Bro, it ain't no jinx. It ain't no jinx.
It's a matter of time.
That man gone, bro.
Now. It's just what.
Yo, they called out his wife when they start booing his wife and shit. And
it's over. Yeah, you know that it's over now.
She probably went back and said, "Listen, I'm not gonna
put up with this. Yeah, I can't handle this.
I'm not gonna put up with this.
Handle it.
Y'all go, either I'm out or you gonna sell it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna sell it, or I ain't gonna be a part of it anyway. And he can't be a part of it because he got too much shit in his. He's done.
And then Herb, you was at the game. What were they saying?
And then for $7 billion, shit, he winning. So
yeah,
$7 billion, he winning. You spent $700,000, and you are gonna get $7 billion.
And I only know one guy that can just throw anybody that can give somebody $67 billion.
I think the deal is done.
He gave his wife $67 billion in a divorce settlement.
I think it's done.
Yeah, the deal is certainly done.
I've been. A lot of us feel the same way. We all kept saying that the deal is done. It's behind closed doors. They just waiting for the season to be over, and then announce it, and we go in a whole new direction.
Irsay,
it'll be too much of a distraction.
He's a piece of shit too.
To announce it now.
Yeah,
Irsay a piece of shit too. So it couldn't happen to a better guy. I hope they lose the rest of their game. And I got a nephew that actually he's a scout for them.
Well, let's keep going. We are going.
I got a nephew that's a scout for
the
Colts.
This motherfucker stops.
And I can't stand. And I told him, I just talking to him over the Thanksgiving holiday. I hope they. I love you, nephew, but Irsay, he can kick rocks with open-toe shoes on, bro, for sure.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that way about all the owners in the league.
With that being said, with that being said and everything like that, guys, thank y'all again for another exciting NFC East Roundtable. Greg, thank you for joining. Dell finally risen from the dead. Andre finally got that Eagles wing mended. Flow back up on top of the tree. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all gravy. Nikki, as always. Herb, as always. Rima, as always. Scrub, keep slinging on the FedEx boxes our way.
I appreciate y'all adjusted the time for me.
Hey, man, when we spoke about it,
all y'all for that.
When we spoke about it, we said we can't do this without him.
Hey, so hold on. Can I say something before we leave?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Can we stop you?
No. So listen, I just want to apologize if I offended anybody. I just wanted to say, hey, I just had to speak what my true feelings was about this whole situation with the Jerry Jones situation, the Jerry Jones picture. I just had to speak what my true feelings was about it. I'm over it. To be honest, I'm just over it. Like, we need to play football. We need to get to the end of the season. We need to get to whatever we need to do with this. At the end of the day, we all know who Jerry Jones is. I'm not defending him. I'm not taking up for him. I'm not saying anything is right or wrong. At the end of the day, only thing we need to do at this point is play football. Jerry's who he is. All the owners are who they are. Absolutely. Nobody is. None of them. None of them. They all. I tell you what. If we all dig up pictures, and we dig up all that, I'm sure we can find something on every owner in this league. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I'm a Cowboy fan, and I'm not a Cowboy fan because of Jerry Jones. I'm a Cowboy fan because of the players. It was black players that went out here and did what they did to get these championships. It was black players that went out here and did and still doing what they doing to make these Cowboys relevant. So I'm not. At the end of the day, it's we gotta bury the hatchet. We got to. And what LeBron said was absolutely right. Quit bringing up stuff about us and not bringing up stuff about the others. But at the end of the day, we got to stand together for each other in order for us to make it what we need it to be.
Well, like you said,
Black Lives Matter. I think
Black Lives Matter got black people.
Do y'all think Ertz released the picture? Because the picture just happened to fall out there. I think Ertz or Snyder released the picture.
What?
I really do.
It came from the Washington Post.
I think it was Snyder. I think it was Snyder because he said.
I think it was Nino Brown.
Said. I think it was Snyder because he said I got fouls on everybody.
Dan Snyder said, "I'm putting faces on all you bitches."
So he's a
he's
a J. Edgar Hoover, huh? He got fouls on everybody, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Dale,
he said it. He said I got fouls on everybody.
Okay.
So, but at the end of the day, I just want to apologize to you all and let you all know I had to leave abruptly because he pissed me off.
Black Lives Matter got to matter to black people also now.
But we got to matter to each other though.
Absolutely, that's what I mean.
Well, that's
got to matter to black people. You got to.
All right.
We got to matter to each other. We can ask all this from everybody else, but if we don't stand together for each other, it don't even matter.
Nope.
Well, the Giants don't matter.
Guess what? Neither does Washington. Neither do the Cowboys, and neither do the Eagles.
Not this
week.
Not this week.
No, none of y'all matter. Go Titans.
Hey, bro.
Andre, Nick,
on our name, and I ain't gonna say it no more.
Then I'm gonna sign off. Go NFC East unless you playing the Eagles.
All right. What that's
ain't nobody worry about no goddamn Eagles. Ain't nobody worry about no Eagles.
You know something? I ain't even worried about the Eagles. They don't pay.
I know you ain't, because all they gotta do shut Jalen Hurts down and y'all ass is fried turkey. Y'all ass is fried bird.
We got the target.
I can't wait to that game. I can't wait to that game.
Boy, look at him.
December 24th. December 24th. I'm going live. I'm here. I'm here. Y'all know I'm here.
It's gonna be ruined.
Boy, you talk about
Dale, your Christmas is in the balance.
You talk about.
If I got to suit up, Andre, if I got to suit up and play to make sure we win, God damn it, I'm suiting up.
Oh my God!
You better go ahead and wash your jersey. Go ahead and wash your jersey now.
I got my jersey on now. I got my jersey on now.
Hey,
I got my jersey on.
I'm tuning in, goddamn.
I wear my jersey only when we win.
Nikki on the field, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
this is Nikki on Fridays.
Oh Lord.
I don't wear my jersey only when we win. I wear my jersey year round.
We got to go back to Wednesday because that's Bible study night because we didn't get this from Nikki.
Yeah.
Let me drop that. And let me drop that thing.
Praise the Lord.
We talking about the NFC East, home of the hardest hits and the greatest of rivalries, where there's no love lost between these four teams as they fight for their place at the top of the heap. It's the Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, and Giants. We got you covered no matter who you may ride with. They play the games and we give the show. So welcome to our round table.
All right.